Ryan, born in April of 1989, had always been a beautiful baby, but from the very beginning, something just wasn't quite right. He couldn't hold down his formula, and he began vomiting weekly. His parents, Patricia and David, did what they could, adjusting to what they thought was just a typical newborn issue. But all of that changed on July 7th, when Ryan was just 3 months old. Patricia found her son lethargic, his body limp in his crib, staring blankly at the ceiling. His breathing was heavy, his lips tightly shut. Ryan was rushed into the pediatric intensive care unit. 3 agonizing days passed, but finally, the doctors told the Stallings that Ryan would recover. But the diagnosis? It was nothing like they expected. The doctors were shocked. Tests revealed high levels of ethylene glycol in Ryan's blood, the deadly chemical found in antifreeze. That, combined with his symptoms, led the attending physicians to suspect poisoning. And that's when everything changed. Authorities were notified immediately. Ryan was placed into protective custody, and detectives, they were called in to investigate. In a matter of hours, Patricia and David found themselves facing an accusation that they could have never imagined. Patricia and David, they'd be split up to be interviewed by detectives. They tried to get each to turn on the other, suggesting that the other parent may have poisoned baby Ryan. Patricia was devastated. She couldn't understand how or why the police would believe that she was poisoning her own child. As Patricia's emotions swirled, Ryan's condition actually began to improve. After 12 long days, he was finally released from the hospital, but Patricia and David's relief, it would be short-lived. Ryan was not returned to their care. Instead, he was placed into a foster home, and their visits, they were heavily restricted. The Stallings were only allowed 1 hour per week with their son under the watchful eye of a social worker. Then, on September 1st, during a routine visit, Patricia was left alone with Ryan for just a few minutes while she fed him from a bottle. It would be a short moment, but one that would change everything. Days later, Ryan would be rushed back to Cardinal Glennon Hospital. Once again, his health had deteriorated, this time more severely than ever before. The doctors would later confirm that his blood had shown even higher levels of ethylene glycol, and this time, the poisoning was too much for him to survive.